Wine processing techniques will be revolutionized once Flextank International fully commercializes its internationally patented polymer wine barrels and storage tanks onto the global wine market. This new technology uses a special grade of the common polymer polyethylene to construct oxygen-permeable tanks which replace the expensive oak barrels and stainless steel tanks used currently worldwide. These Flextank vessels are capable of producing wine at the highest quality level, as many winery trials here and overseas have now confirmed.
Flextank's business is really quite simple, and that's the beauty of a good business, simplicity. In essence, Flextank makes plastic wine tanks. The tanks, however, have added functionality in them which makes them much more valuable than a simple vessel for holding wine. We make two main product types. One is the larger format storage tanks and one is the smaller format maturation tanks. The key to our vessels is that they are slowly permeable to very low levels of oxygen. And oxygen in winemaking is absolutely critical. Either too much and you ruin the wine, and too little and you don't make the right quality wine, or you can ruin it as well. So during the winemaking process, the winemaker is trying to control the amount of oxygen that gets access to his wine in measured ways throughout different stages of the winemaking process.
Commercial experience to date indicates strong market acceptance, with a high rate of adoption of this new technology.
I considered Flextank straight away because of so many of the problems associated with barrels. Barrels are expensive to use, expensive to acquire. They depreciate rapidly, and once they become older, they become a source of hygiene issues for a winery. They're difficult to clean. They take a long time to clean. They have to be topped regularly. Instead of spending my time topping barrels, I'm actually spending my time tasting wines and thinking about how to improve the wines rather than doing menial tasks week in, week out.
Wines matured using traditional oak barrels are the top end of the market. They're the very, very best of the best. And so the winemakers making wine using barrels are looking for high quality as their first foremost issue. Cost doesn't even appear until they're satisfied that the quality is there. So the first objective of Flextank is to produce wines consistently that equal or exceed the quality that comes out of oak barrels. We've been running many trials. The company's been running now for more than 6 years. We get the same story back from winemakers that the quality of wine coming out of Flextank maturation vessels, when used correctly, equals or exceeds what you get out of top French or American barrels.
I've run a lot of trials comparing Flextank to old barrels and to new barrels, and gradually over time I've found the fruit expressiveness of Flextank wines to be superior, and I'm gradually moving the majority of production across to Flextank.
The key to Flextank maturation vessels, once we've recognised that the quality we want is being achieved, is that they're remarkably cheap in comparison with the alternatives. And in fact, using Flextank vessels and very, very high quality oak staves, you can achieve a 5-fold cost reduction in making wine. And in this ultra competitive age, where every winemaker is trying to make their wine both better and for cheaper cost, it's extremely important. Satisfy the quality criteria, and then all of a sudden the cost benefit of the Flextank maturation vessels become very, very significant for all winemakers. There's a number of other benefits. Lifespan is 20 years compared with a barrel, which is typically 5 years. The barrel can't be cleaned, whereas the Flextank can be sterilised. These are more convenient, they stack more efficient in cellar space, and all of these things relate back to cost.
With no current competitors, Flextank's local sales are already significant, and the company has built a strong local reputation as a successful innovator in the industry, as well as a reliable supplier.
Flextank's been running now for 7 or 8 years, and it has slowly developed the technology from the early ideas into quite sophisticated products today. We've now been exporting to 12 countries, including USA, New Zealand, Germany, Switzerland, South Africa, Malta, Israel, France, Spain. And in each of these countries we're seeing the same types of responses we're seeing from Australian winemakers. Our designs are covered by patents that we've developed and owned within the company, both in Australia and international, preventing effectively other competitors using our technology To our knowledge, there's no other competitors in the world using this type of technology, and we have seen now very thoroughly into many of the major wine markets. We expect over the next 3 to 4 years to be establishing our own operations in both New Zealand, USA, in Europe. We see the barrel market, the barrel replacement market globally as something like a $1 billion market, and it's a very similar market for stainless steel replacement.